Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Fire breaks out at Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard. No injuries were reported in the blaze. A fire occurred at the Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard on Tuesday, the team announced. The blaze was reported shortly before 5 p.m. as the team underwent practice several yards away, according to the Cowboys website. The fire broke out in a guest room at the team's hotel. Staff members noticed smoke coming from the guest room, prompting them to call for emergency services. The building was unoccupied at the time of the fire, according to the team. The emergency was contained to one room that was empty at the time, and there were no injuries, the team said in a statement. The Dallas Cowboys thanked the Oxnard Fire Department and Oxnard Police Department for their quick response and reaction to the situation. Are Cowboys keeping QB Trey Lance as future replacement for Dak Prescott? Keeping backup quarterback Trey Lance could signal the Dallas Cowboys want him to be a contingency plan if Dak Prescott leaves in 2025. On Tuesday, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones told The Athletic's John Machota Lance will make the team's 53-man roster. He added he needs to see more from Lance in the Cowboys' final preseason game against the Los Angeles Chargers on Saturday. Jones also seemed to hint the Cowboys won't sign Prescott to an extension before the start of the season on September 8. The 31-year-old is entering the final year of a 4-year, $160 million deal. We're just continuing to talk, Jones said of contract negotiations with Prescott, per Nick Harris of the team website. Since we're approaching in-season, we're operating under the existing contract. Prescott should have plenty of options if he tests free agency in 2025. Last season, he finished second in MVP voting behind Baltimore Ravens QB Lamar Jackson after throwing a league-leading 36 touchdowns in 17 games. Lance is still raw but made progress in his second preseason game against the Raiders. In a 27-12 victory, the 24-year-old completed 15 of 23 passes for 151 yards and 1 TD. He also led a 14-play TD drive before the end of the first half. Lance is entering the final year of his rookie contract, but re-signing him should be much cheaper than giving Prescott a new deal. Spotrac projects that Prescott's market value is a 4-year deal worth $55.1 million annually. Dallas may want to avoid overpaying for a QB who has fizzled in the postseason. Prescott is 2-5 in the playoffs and has never made an NFC championship game. Still, replacing Prescott with Lance would carry immense risk. Prescott has made 3 Pro Bowls in 8 seasons with the Cowboys and has thrown the second most passing TDs, 202, in franchise history. The former first-round pick Lance completed 54.9% of his passes for 5 TDs and 3 picks in 2 seasons with the San Francisco 49ers. Cowboys urged to trade for 4,000-yard veteran back ahead of Week 1. The Dallas Cowboys could strengthen their backfield by trading for veteran running back Miles Sanders from the Carolina Panthers, providing much-needed depth and experience. Sanders is coming off a disappointing first year with the Panthers. He inked a 4-year, $25.4 million contract with $13 million guaranteed in 2023. Sanders had a Pro Bowl season in 2022 with the Philadelphia Eagles but struggled to get anything going in Carolina. He finished his debut season with 432 yards and 1 touchdown, averaging just 3.3 yards per carry. Additionally, Sanders played just 38% of the offensive snaps and is now behind Chuba Hubbard on the depth chart. The Cowboys' running back committee includes Ezekiel Elliott, Rico Dowdle and Royce Freeman. Dallas has identified Sanders and Dalvin Cook as 2 external options on their short list to boost the team's offensive firepower if additional strength is needed, per Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. Bleacher Report's Alex Ballantyne thinks the team swinging a trade for Sanders is the better option, and it could impact the NFC East race. Sanders should have more tread on the tires. He's 2 years younger and has a legitimate reason for struggling in Carolina behind their offensive line, Ballantyne said on Sunday, August 18. He could likely be had for cheap in a trade or signed when the Panthers cut their roster down to 53. Sanders has 4,140 yards and 21 touchdowns for his career and can also contribute as a receiver. After a year apart, the Cowboys decide to reunite with Elliott this offseason. It was partly by necessity, with Tony Pollard bolting for the Tennessee Titans. Elliott spent last season with the New England Patriots. He registered career lows in carries, 184, rushing yards, 642, rushing touchdowns, 3 yards per carry, 3.5, yards from scrimmage, 955, and total touchdowns, 5. Elliott is no longer the perennial rushing title contender he was during his first stint in Dallas. But the Cowboys are confident he can be a key part of the offense. Not all running backs have that much football brainpower, offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer told Yahoo Sports. Elliott sees the game like a quarterback. He sees the big picture, which is really cool. The tough yards, the grinded-out yards, the 4-minute offense? Don't sleep on him. He still has plenty left in his tank. Elliott said he returned to the Cowboys to wrap up some unfinished business. In other words, a Super Bowl run with the team that drafted him. I think we all know what I'm looking to accomplish before it's all said and done, so there's no reason to say it, Elliott said on August 6. We're gonna take this thing day by day, and focus on getting better, one practice at a time. Cowboys RB Deuce Vaughn shines in preseason action. A potential wild card for the Cowboys' backfield is Deuce Vaughn. The 2023 sixth-round pick rushed for just 40 yards last season. He added 7 catches for 40 yards. Vaughn, who stands at 5'6", is coming off a strong preseason performance against the Las Vegas Raiders on Saturday, August 18. He managed 34 yards on just 5 carries, a 6.8 per carry average. Vaughn also showed off some impressive power in his limited work. I wanted to be more powerful to put the offense in better situations on second and third down, Vaughn said. It's one of those things I wanted to work on in the offseason, so to be able to come out here and put this down as a foundation is huge. The Philadelphia Eagles passed on Miles Sanders. The running back is ready for a new phase for the Carolina Panthers, but still carries some resentment about leaving Philadelphia. The 2022 season was the breaking point for Sanders, who recorded 1,269 yards and 11 touchdowns in the regular season, and another 132 yards and 2 touchdowns gave us the first 2 playoff games. However, in Super Bowl 57, the player was hit just 7 times, totaling 16 consecutive yards. Last game of the season? Is it all worth it? If you were in my place, would we be happy? Asked the player this week during OTAs. It's not my goal, for this, to be a headline, but if it is, I don't care.